Days of Our Lives spoilers. Chad and Jennifer clash. Holly and Maggie part, while Brady shares news with Tate. Days of Our Lives spoilers. A tapestry of turmoil and tenuous truths in Salem. In the ever-turning world of Salem, where love is a battlefield and family legacies are both a shield and a sword, the coming days promise a seismic shift in alliances, a heartbreaking farewell, and a revelation that will redefine a father-son relationship. The hallways of the Di-Mera mansion, the cozy living room of the Horton homestead, and the sleek confines of Titan's executive suite are about to become stages for drama that will leave no heart untouched. Chad and Jennifer, a clash of ideologies and a battle for Di-Mera's soul. At the heart of the storm are Chad Di-Mera and Jennifer Horton, two figures representing the dueling DNA of Salem itself. The dark, manipulative legacy of the Di-Meras versus the moral, steadfast heart of the Hortons. Their impending clash is far more than a simple argument. It is a philosophical war for the soul of Di-Mera Enterprises and, by extension, for the future of the Di-Mera Horton children. The friction ignites over Chad's increasingly aggressive business tactics. With Stefan and Ava watching his every move, Chad feels the pressure to prove he is every bit the Di-Mera his ancestors were. This means making cutthroat decisions that prioritize profit and power over people. Jennifer, having returned to her role as an intrepid reporter for The Spectator, uncovers a story about one of these decisions, a hostile takeover of a long-standing family-owned company that Di-Mera is gutting. Jennifer has always seen the good in Chad, says a source close to the pair. She was a staunch defender of his during his darkest times, believing he had transcended his family's notorious legacy. But what she's witnessing now feels like a regression, a willing embrace of the very darkness he once fought. Their confrontation is explosive. Jennifer will confront Chad not as a family friend, but as a journalist armed with damning evidence. She'll accuse him of betraying the very principles he and the late Abigail, her daughter, and his great love, built their life upon. "You're doing exactly what your father would have done," Jennifer will seethe, her voice trembling with a mix of fury and profound disappointment. Abigail would be horrified. Chad, cornered and feeling the weight of his name, will retaliate with a viciousness that surprises even himself. "You have no idea what it takes to keep this empire from crumbling. This isn't one of your sentimental Horton picnics, Jennifer. This is business. And my business is protecting my family's future, something you're clearly willing to jeopardize for a headline." This clash is devastating because it shatters a foundational relationship. Chad loses one of his most loyal advocates, and Jennifer is forced to see the son-in-law she loved as a ruthless corporate raider. The fallout will create a rift between the Di-Mera and Horton clans that will take months, if not years, to heal. Maggie and Holly, a bittersweet parting and a test of found family. In a quieter, yet equally poignant corner of Salem, a different kind of heartbreak is unfolding. Maggie Kyriakis has been a pillar of strength for Holly Jonas, offering her a safe harbor in the Kyriakis mansion after her mother, Nicole's, departure and her own tumultuous struggles. Under Maggie's gentle guidance, Holly has begun to find her footing, her rebellious spirit tempered by the unconditional love of a woman who knows a thing or two about second chances. However, that stability is about to be upended. With news, or perhaps a desperate hope, that Nicole may be returning to Salem, Holly makes the difficult decision to move out of the Kyriakis mansion and back into the Di-Mera house to prepare for her mother's homecoming. This is a tremendously difficult moment for Maggie, an insider reveals. She has come to see Holly as one of her own. In many ways, caring for Holly filled a void, allowing her to channel her nurturing energy after all the chaos with Constantine. She's terrified that without her steadying influence, Holly will backslide into the trouble that has plagued her. The parting scene between them is a masterclass in suppressed emotion. Maggie will help Holly pack, her hands lingering on folded sweaters, her smile not quite reaching her worried eyes. "You know this will always be your home, too," Maggie will tell her, her voice soft but firm. no matter what happens. My door is always open. Holly, for her part, is a maelstrom of conflicting feelings: excitement at the prospect of her mother's return, guilt over leaving Maggie, and a lingering anxiety about living under the same roof as the complicated Di Maris. "You've been everything to me, Maggie. I won't forget that," Holly will reply, a rare crack of vulnerability in her youthful bravado. This parting is not born of anger, but of love and circumstance, making it all the more tragic. It tests the very concept of found family, leaving Maggie to worry from the sidelines and Holly to navigate her future without her primary anchor. The question remains: has Maggie's influence been enough to fortify Holly for the challenges that lie ahead? Brady and Tate, a father's confession and a son's crucible. Meanwhile, at Titan, Brady Black is preparing for the most difficult conversation of his life with his son, Tate. For months, Brady has been carrying a secret that has eaten away at him: the truth about what really happened the night Tate was accused of a crime he didn't commit. Brady, in a misguided attempt to protect his son from an even greater threat, took actions that inadvertently made Tate look guilty, leading to his imprisonment and the subsequent strain on their relationship. Now, with new evidence coming to light and the real perpetrator exposed, Brady can no longer live with the lie. He knows that for them to have any chance of rebuilding trust, he must offer the unvarnished truth. Brady is terrified, a confidant shares. He has spent his entire life grappling with the Black family curse of secrets and lies. He swore he would be different with his own son. And yet, here he is, about to admit that he, too, fell into that same trap. He's afraid this confession will destroy the fragile bond they've started to rebuild. The scene is set in Brady's office, a place of power and business, now transformed into a confessional. Brady will lay out the entire story, holding nothing back. He'll explain the impossible choice he faced, the shadowy figure he was trying to shield Tate from, and the agonizing guilt he has carried every day since. "I thought I was protecting you," Brady will say, his voice raw with emotion. "But all I did was take away your agency and your faith in me. I failed you as a father, and I am so sorry." Tate's reaction will be a complex brew of shock, betrayal, and a dawning, painful understanding. He is no longer a little boy. He's a young man who has been hardened by his own experiences. He will grapple with the fact that his father's lie, while born of love, had devastating consequences. This news does not provide an immediate, easy resolution. Instead, it plunges their relationship into a new crucible. Tate must decide if his father's confession is a step toward redemption or merely proof of a fundamental breach of trust. For Brady, it is the ultimate test of his parenting. Can honesty, no matter how painful, truly pave the path to forgiveness? The ripple effect, a Salem on the brink. Individually, these three storylines are powerful dramas of family, trust, and identity. Together, they weave a tapestry that captures Salem at a critical juncture. The Chad and Jennifer feud threatens to destabilize the delicate peace between the town's most powerful families. Maggie's empty nest and Holly's uncertain future leave a vulnerable void that a new villain would be all too happy to fill. And the outcome of Brady and Tate's confrontation will set the tone for the next generation of Blacks. Will they break the cycle of secrets, or are they doomed to repeat it? As the sun sets over Salem, the air is thick with unspoken truths and the echoes of shattered trust. In the days to come, the residents of this unforgettable town will learn that while the truth can set you free, it often does so by first tearing everything apart.